What up guys, One Fit Bruja here, and today I am back to go over protective jewelry with you guys and talismans and amulets and how these things can help you out in your everyday life to help protect you and fight off psychic attacks, and certain things that you can enchant to carry with you to help you every day to draw in certain things that you want within your life. So if you are interested in that, then stick around. First off, I'm going to start out with talismans. And I use this one specifically for my home protection. This is a pentacle. Pretty typical, I know, but this is an ancient symbol and it's been around for ages. And it correlates with just about every culture. Egyptians, Celtics, it's everywhere. Norwegian, even in Mexico, this is a common symbol now. Back in the day, like when the Europeans came over, they've had that symbol too. It's been here for centuries. It has to do with the elements, so earth, water, air, fire, and spirit into one whole. It's basically like a circle of life, but it symbolizes like the circle of the universe. Like this is how everything works together to create this ultimate power. So this holds a lot of energy, and you can enchant this with your own personal power to make it stronger than what it is. But this is an ancient symbol of protection. And a lot of people are gonna be like, oh no, that's bad. Does this look familiar? Yeah, a lot of occultists will use it this way because they are on a different path, but it's similar. You can put it upright, upside down. You can even work with the same deities, even if it's upright or upside down. It doesn't matter if you work with demons or not. Right side up or upside down will actually do. We are calling upon the same elements. We're calling upon the same energies to manifest what we want and who we want to work with. I mean, some people will probably argue with me about that right side up and that upside down thing, but that's whatever to me. This is my own personal beliefs and experiences going into what I just said there. So if you want to argue with me, it's whatever, but I know what works and what does not work for me. Let's go on to some crystal pendants. So what I have here is some opalite, and this is very good for divine feminine energy. So if you're looking to enhance that energy, like you're feeling a little low emotionally and you need some self-esteem boost, then this is great to wear. This is something that I would gravitate towards if I am feeling very depressed or I'm not feeling as divine and elegant and goddess-like I should be. So this is something I would wear, or if I want to commune with other worldly critters like the Fae, then I would wear opalite. Opalite is very, very good to commune with the Fae, if you believe in such. I mean, I know there's other witches out there who do not believe in such, but that's what I believe in. I believe in pretty much everything. So pretty much everything. I believe in working with dragons. I believe in working with the Fae, working with a lot of like ancient creatures. Yeah, so there's a little lowdown on that. And you can also make this into a talisman if you want. You have to find certain stones that resonate with you and your own personal being, your own personal power in order to turn them into a talisman. You can call upon deities, goddesses, ancestors. That would be very good, especially if it's something that's been passed down in your family, then that would be something that you could use to create a talisman with, to carry with you all the time. Talismans will wear down. Make sure you charge your talismans. So if you have some sort of moon water or some way to cleanse your talisman and then recharge it, place more energy into it, set it out underneath the full moon, help it absorb more energy so you can keep reusing it. Just make sure whatever object or metal or certain crystal that you're using, let's say I used garnet for a talisman because I am a Capricorn. That would resonate with my energy fairly well because that's my stone, that's my zodiac stone. And I would use that to make a talisman out of it, and I would wear it because it's grounding and it's earthy and it has my own power in it. What I would like to do actually eventually is make my own. I want one that signifies Scorpio, Taurus, and Capricorn together because those are my sun, moon, and rising signs. So I need to put all those together eventually. I wanted to make a talisman out of those, and then whenever I do that, I'll show you guys. I might not have any time to do that anytime soon, so don't get your hopes up. I'm just letting you know. I have tons and tons of thoughts like going around in my head like telephone wires in India, and I want to do so many things, but I only have so little time to do it. So also, your talisman could be something that has been passed on through your ancestors or relatives. That can be like a piece of jewelry or some sort of stone that you've had for quite some time, and you can turn it into a piece of jewelry and then wear it on your being at all times to help protect you. That would hold a lot of power in it if it was passed down for quite some time. And also, it is a direct connection with your ancestors or anyone in your family, because it's been around for so long. It has history in it. It's pretty much ancient in itself, and it also has a direct connection with you and all those energies that you can call upon to help you in your everyday life. So if you have something like that that is really powerful, you can enchant it, call upon your deities or gods that you would think would help empower your talisman. Place some extra energy into that and wear it. So if you have something like that, you are so blessed. I wish I had something passed down to me that I could use. That would be such an honor to do something like that with an old piece of jewelry or material or something like that that I can make into a magical enchanted trinket for the rest of my life. But if you have something like that, you are so blessed. You're so lucky. I would definitely use that as a talisman. Okay, so we're gonna move on to amulets. And amulets are actually somewhat similar to talismans, but there is a difference. Let's say, I'm gonna grab something. We used this. This is some painted soapstone that I actually got at a fair. And I let it sit on my altar because I like what it says and I like the energy that it brings. Simply wrap this up in some sort of wire or some sort of cloth and place it on your being or carry it with you to bring certain things into your life, like success, luck. If you need anything to help you with your financial situation, you need to attract a partner or anything like that, you can make an amulet for, and it'll help attract things like that. Or you can simply make an amulet to ward off evil attacks or psychic attacks, which is very common. A lot of people use amulets to ward off evil. So you can do that, and amulets are usually something that you would do some sort of ritualistic performance to help it absorb as much energy as possible. You can do a simple spell or meditation over this to just insert your power into the object. You don't have to have a really, really long ritualistic thing to insert all this energy into it, but if I was going to make one, I would have called upon as much energy as possible to make my amulet as strong as possible. So yeah, I would probably have some sort of ritualistic performance to make my talisman, but that's just something I would do myself. You do not have to. There's different ways to do this. And of course, your amulet's energy will die down eventually, and you should probably make a new one or find a way to cleanse that one and recharge it, like I said, with your talisman. Cleanse it with moon water, salt. You can smudge it if it's as easy as that to do so with the amulet that you made. Sometimes it is not, depending on what you used. So just be mindful about what you're using to make your amulet. Like, you're gonna need different materials to do this. It can be like a mojo bag even, and that's what some amulets will look like, and there will be herbs and some stones and stuff in it, and then people will tie that up with some sort of twine or a ribbon, and then they'll carry it with them for good luck or anything like that. It all depends on what you're trying to manifest into your life. Alright, since I cleared some of that up and pushed out some of that information, I'm going to move on to some of the jewelry that I have and tell you what they represent as far as my personal experience and beliefs, and as a direct connection with cultures for some of these. So I'm going to start out with sugar skulls. So these do have a magic property to them, and you can heighten them if you wish, as long as you place more energies into them. And as like I said with the talismans, you have to enchant. enchant, you use as much energy as possible to get the outcome that you want for the jewelry that you have. So here I have, you've probably seen me wearing these in my top 5 witchy TV series video, is these sugar skulls. And most of you know that you have been watching my videos. I've said that I am Mexican, so these are all sugar skull jewelry. And these represent a connection with the dead. This is something that resonates with me for Dia de los Muertos. This is something we celebrate down in Mexico, and that I still celebrate even though I do not live in Mexico and my husband does not celebrate this. But this is something, this is heritage, this is culture for me. This is something I will not change for anybody. This skull represents a strong connection with the dead, and it is actually good for divination and connecting with the other worlds. It symbolizes no fear of death. Death is a celebration. It's a cycle of life and something that should be respected and appreciated. So with that said, this is something that I like to wear when I want to commune with the other worldly realms, like for astral projection, or if I want to have a stronger connection when I'm doing divination, especially divination. Having any skulls around helps a lot with your divination or any sort of necromancy work. So these are something that you can use for those, and you can enchant these to help heighten your psychic abilities, and that's what I did with those. And they can also offer you protection. A skull is great for protection from psychic attack and to ward off other evil attacks. So that's my little tidbit for sugar skulls. You can use these for more than just one thing. You don't need to use them once out of the whole year for a certain holiday. This is something that's very good for multiple aspects in your craft. So skulls are good for a lot of things. Appreciate your skulls. So that's just my tidbit on that. And these are something that I would wear for when I need help in any of those departments that I just named off. So there's that for sugar skulls, guys. Use your heritage, have a direct connection with your culture and ancestors to help empower your craft in your everyday life for anything that you need help manifesting. That's why I was saying it's best to have a direct connection with your jewelry to another person, another ancestor, somebody who's passed, someone that you are close to, because that will help you a lot in your present day as far as now, when you're alive compared to when you're going to be deceased and in their realm. You need the help now. So that direct connection is something that's going to be very, very useful for the living. Okay. Alright, so next up I'm going to show you guys a piece of jewelry that I wear on pretty much the daily basis. Any of you out there are watching this and you work with me, then you pretty much know I wear like the same 2 pieces of jewelry like almost all the time. So here is one of them, and it's a ring, and this is the Eye of Horus. And this is an ancient Egyptian symbol, and it'll help protect you, helps protect your health, wards off psych attack, and wards off anybody that's trying to hurt you. It keeps you protected. And it also helps to enhance your own personal power. Another name for the Eye of Horus is Wajet. Some people may or may not be familiar with that, but if you are into Egypt and ancient Egypt and all that stuff like resonates with you like it resonates with me, then you'll probably know quite a few names for the symbol. Back in the day, a lot of people would etch this symbol onto like ships or any sort of vessel of transportation so they would arrive safely. And you can do that with many other symbols too, not just this one, but that is just some of its uses and just some things that I could throw out there for you guys to think of that, hey, maybe I'll try this out and see how it goes, because sometimes certain symbols will hold different energies and they may resonate better with you than other ones. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears out, because sometimes there are some symbols out there that you may have put off using, but deep down they will resonate with you a lot better than you have expected. I forgot to show you guys this almost. So here I have another form of protective jewelry that also has a crystal at the very end. And this is an amethyst crystal. And it has a crescent moon and a pentacle on it. And it's a 3-layered necklace. Amethyst actually is a very good healing stone. It helps removing any third eye blockages that you may have. It helps soothe any emotional imbalances that you would have and help balance those out. And the pentacle is a good representation of protection. And like I said with the talisman, enchant, use your own power, call upon your deities or gods or goddesses that you may work with, or simply just use the elements, because that is what a pentacle represents, is all the elements working in perfect harmony as one to release an energy, to put off a certain energy to help you, because you are divine. It creates a divine symbol of protection. That's just what it is. You can use it for any magical evocation that you want. It's just one of those symbols that's really versatile. If you check out books on ancient like geometry and certain things like that, you will see that the circle holding upon elements and other things will resonate with the same imageries. These symbols are good for a lot of things. They represent a lot more than what meets the eye. Just do some research up on pentacles and ancient geometry and things like that, and all these things will start resonating with you. The more you know, the better. So books and Google are going to be your best friends when it comes to deciphering what symbols and whatnot that you want to use and want to enchant and work with. So there's that. Next up is this bracelet, guys. You've probably seen me wearing this in like numerous videos, but it's simple. It's just plain little plastic beads. You can get better quality of an evil eye bracelet or any sort of trinket necklace or whatever it is that you want to bless to help ward off psychic attacks or any ill will that any sort of witch or anybody who's trying to perform such magic on you will help repel any hexes, curses, etc., etc. I think this would be very good to wear if you are in the public eye and other witches are watching you and they may not like you. So I wear this often. I pretty much wear this all day, all night. In the fucking shower, I will go swimming with it on. It's simple, but you can also do this yourself. You can paint the evil eye upon anything to help, deflect any sort of negative energies or any sort of psychic attacks. It's a really, really ancient symbol, and it works very, very well for protection. So if you haven't already have some evil eye jewelry in mind that you want to purchase or end up making yourself, then I would do so. It works very well. I feel like I explained myself a million times about pretty much the same things. So I'm going to show you my last piece of jewelry that you've seen me wear pretty much all the time, and I'm wearing it right now. So here is my pentacle. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It probably would have been better if I took it off. But yeah, there is a little piece of moonstone in the middle. So, and that is really good to connect with your moon energy and whatever sign that you have that lies within the moon. And it helps to enhance the divine energy of that sign, and it's also a direct link to work with the moon goddess herself, and it helps clear up any emotional issues that you'd have, any low self-esteem, kind of like opalite, but in a more divine connection with the goddess of the moon, and a direct connection of that energy, of course. Wear this pretty much on the daily. This is one of my strongest ones that I have and that I love a lot because, it's fucking gold and your girl loves gold. So that is my favorite one. I love this one. I think I ran out of stuff to show you guys finally, and I feel like I've been talking for hours. So I am done, and until next time, I will see all you lovely little brujitas later. Got other music going on in the room. I can hear it. Scorpio in me is like, just dance, just dance. But too much energy leading up to this Scorpio moon, guys. We're gonna have a full moon in Scorpio, so watch out for what houses your your planets are going through right now. My moon is in Scorpio, so this full moon for me is going to be lit. So I got a lot of energy going on right now. The buildup is crazy. I'm definitely going to make some moon water when that full moon hits, because it's going to be very strong. It's going to be a personal link for me anyway, so. All right, I'm done being stupid. All right, bye.